A violent Ef-3 tornado leaving a path of destruction in Howard County, Nebraska. This was on Sunday. 160-mile-per-hour winds tearing through several homes. That was a high-end Ef-3 tornado. Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen was on the ground there on Monday to assess the aftermath, and he joins us now with more on the situation there. Governor, great to have you with us here on Fox Weather. Thank you for taking a few minutes. Tough stretch for your state over the past few days. Can you give us an overview of what you saw, some of the damage in the area?
Yeah, I think that number one, great to be on, and thanks for the opportunity to brag about the people in Nebraska. When we have hard things happen, when you're there as governor in the aftermath, it's incredible how people come together and help their neighbors and help each other. I would say that we're used to this. When we go through weather changes, cold goes from being really warm to cold and a cold front. Tornadoes can pop up, especially this time of the year. 2 years ago, we had an extraordinary tornado front that went from northeast Lincoln, 65 miles across the state, and pretty heavily populated area. Could have been incredible. We had great advanced warning by all the meteorologists. Same thing happened a couple days ago for Howard County. The people listened. They said, hey, this is what's happening in 25 minutes. It was sunny and clear, not a cloud in the sky. And within 25 minutes, this incredible cell came. The people were warned. Everybody took cover with extraordinary damage. Several houses didn't have a piece of lumber left on it, except for the stairwell that they were in the basement. But no injuries, no loss of life. So we're really, really grateful for that. With that came rain, much needed rain, but the tornado activity and the incredible winds caused a lot of damage.
Governor, I remember the day that you were talking about down in Lincoln. Myself, my colleague Ari, we were on the air. We watched that tornado cross over Interstate 80. It was a stunning sight to see. And I know you mentioned bragging on Nebraskans going through something like this. You're prepared at this point in the year. But I'm curious about across the state. You as someone, you're a born and raised Nebraskan. You grew up on a farm. Yeah. You take the weather that you get. But this year, you talk about the drought. I mean, 2/3 of the state are in the top two categories, extreme and exceptional. Most of the state is in some category of drought. You finally get some rain in parts of the state. It comes with an Ef-3 tornado. What are Nebraskans saying about that challenge? It's kind of one thing or the other.
Yeah, quite honestly, this past winter, we had virtually no snow. Warmer temperatures than normal. Last year at this time, we were through an extreme drought, no subsoil moisture, very, very dry. And then about last year, right this time, it started raining. We had incredible rainfall. Through September, but then it shut off again. So, we went through 60 days ago, historic wildlife fires, and the grass. We've got about half of our acres in Nebraska are rangeland, and we've had historic fires that would cover an area that'd be 45 miles by 45 miles. So we've got a lot to work with. We need more rainfall, and it's 3 seasons before that, we had one of the most extraordinary blizzards since 1949. So, I think that what the moral of the story is we all work together. We take what comes and then find out how we can come out on the other side good. But it has been challenging, and we have a lot to work through, but together we are.
Yeah, agriculture, it's a constant battle against nature, against weather, and that battle looks different in every single year. What do you need there in a weather sense moving forward through the next couple of months as you move into the heart of summer? And you get some of these hot temperatures. I would imagine rain, but rain in a reasonable sense.
Yeah, well, obviously, we have the largest, most sustainable underground aquifer in the Western Hemisphere. So irrigation, we have 70,000 center pivots. There are a number of pivots with these tornadoes of cells that have been disrupted and torn apart. But the beauty of what's going on in Nebraska, because of the aquifer, if things aren't perfect, we're able to irrigate, put water on at the appropriate time. What's really critical now, we're #1 in the country in cattle production. We've got a couple million mama cows on rangeland. Really, really critical that we get more rain so that grass grows, take care of the mama cows. We're getting great corn and soybeans off. We want a little dry spell when the College World Series comes to Omaha so that everybody that comes to Nebraska can have a great time. So we just want it perfect on the right days, right? And we're praying for that.
Yeah, in the weather business, these are forecasts you got to get right. And the College World Series, that's one of them. We're hoping for the best. Governor, before we let you go, what would your message to some of these communities that have been affected, of course, by this devastating tornado, but also some that are struggling with the drought conditions out west?
Yeah, well, I think that we as a state are on standby. We're working very hard. Our emergency management teams are working hard with the county emergency management teams. It's really, really important that we rely on each other. So the message is simple. Pay attention to meteorologists. When there's warnings, that we heed them. And then number 2, when we have problems, keep track of everything. So then once we get to a certain level, we can get emergency funds to help. And for the historic wildfires, we did a federal declaration asking the President of the United States to help us. And those are the things that we all can do to make sure that we can help each other.
Yeah, and with this most recent event, we look at some pictures of what was a devastating top-end Ef-3 tornado. As you said, the blessing in it is that there were no injuries and no loss of life. We're very thankful for that. That's the governor of Nebraska, Jim Pillen. Governor, we appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat with us on Fox Weather. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a million. And I can't talk enough about how important the advocacy, how important it is to let people know about storms coming, because it saves lives.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.